Hi there. Didn't see you there. Welcome to Chris Thoughts. So how's it going, guys? Been a little while since I uploaded something. As you can see, new setup. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I have a chair and a bed, so, you know, blessings in life. And Darren back there. But today I thought we'd do something a little bit different since, you know, consistency is one of the things this channel is obviously known for. I thought I would read you guys a story since I'm out of ideas pretty much at this point. Basically down to 2 or 3. This is one of them. But anyway, today I thought we would read The Better Butter Battle Book by Dr. Suess. Strap in, kids. On the last day of summer, 10 hours before fall, my grandfather took me out to the wall. For a while he stood silent, then finally he said, with a very sad shake of his very old head. Oh, that's insulting. It's your grandfather. As you know, on this side of the wall we are Ukes. On the other side of this wall live the Zooks. Then my grandfather said, "It's high time that you knew of this terribly horrible thing that Zooks do. In every Zook house and in every Zook town, every Zook eats his bread with the butter side down. But we Ukes, as you know, when we breakfast or sup, spread our bread," Grandpa said, "with the butter side up." "That's the right honest way," Grandpa gritted his teeth. "So you can't trust a Zook who spreads bread underneath. Every Zook must be watched. He has kinks in his soul." Oh my goodness. "That's why, as a youth, I made watching my goal. Watching Zooks for the Zook watching border patrol." In those days, of course, the wall wasn't so high, and I could look any Zook square in the eye. If he dared to come close, I could give him a twitch with my tough-tufted If he dared to come close, I could give him a twitch with my tough-tufted, prickly snickberry switch. For a while that worked fine. All the Zooks stayed away, and our country was safe. Then one terrible day, a very rude Zook by the name of Van Itch snuck up and slingshotted my snickberry switch. With my broken off switch, with my head hung in shame, to the chief yokeroo in great sorrow I came. But our leader just smiled. He said, "You're not to blame. And those Zooks will be sorry they started this game. We'll dress you up right in a fancier suit. We'll give you a fancier slingshot to shoot." And he ordered the boys in the back room to figure how to build me some sort of a triple sling jigger. With my triple sling jigger, I sure felt much bigger. I marched to the wall with great vim and great vigor, right up to Van Itch with my hand on the trigger. "I'll have no more oh wait, this is the grandpa. "I'll have no more nonsense," I said with a frown, "from Zooks who eat bread with the butter side down." I don't know why if he's narrating the story, I'm not doing the voice all the time. The truth is because the voice is very hard to do. Van Itch looked quite sickly. He ran off quite quickly. He's probably just not feeling well. I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine, and he snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean, "You may fling those hard rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on a trigger. My wonderful weapon, the Jigger Rock Snatch'em, will fling 'em right back, just as quick as we catch 'em. We'll have no more nonsense, we'll take no more gup from you Uke sweet bread with the butter side up." "I have failed, sir. I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Yukaroo in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. "You've done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshots have failed." That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. All we need is some newfangled kind of a gun. It's a children's book? My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a walloping whizzinger one. My bright boys are thinking they're on the right track. They'll think one up quick, and we'll send you right back. They thought up a great one. They certainly did. They thought up a gun called the Kickapoo Kid, which they loaded with powerful poo-a-doo powder, and ants' eggs, and bees' legs, and dried fried clam chowder. And they carefully trained a real smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's first gun-toting spaniel. Oh, what a good boy. Then Daniel, the Kickapoo Spaniel, and I marched back toward the wall with our heads held up high, while everyone cheered, and their cheers filled the sky. "Fight, fight for the better side up, do or die." Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die. Spoilers. But we sure did get worsted, poor Daniel and I. Van Itch was there too, and he said, the old pig, "The boys in my back room invented this rig, called the 8-nozzled, elephant-toted Boom Blitz. It shoots high-explosive sour cherry stone pits, and will put your dumb Kickapoo Kid on the fritz." Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits. That's wits with a Z. Once more by Van Itch I was bested and beat. Once more I limped home from the wall in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my spirits were low, as low as I thought they ever could go, when I heard a boom-ba and a diddle-dee-dill, and our butter-up band marched over the hill. The chief Yukaroo had sent them to meet me, along with the right side up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in my butter." They lifted my spirits right out of the gutter. "My boy," smiled the chief Yukaroo, "we've just voted and made you a general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniform's ready. Get in it. The big war is coming. You're going to begin it." What a thing to be told. You're going to start a war. And what's more, this time you are certain to win it. My boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. In their great new machine, you'll fly over that wall and clobber those butter-down zooks, one and all. Those boys in the back room sure knew how to putter. They made me a thing called the Utterly Sputter, and I jumped aboard with my heart all aflutter, and steered toward the land of the upside-down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new, no one knew quite exactly just what it would do. But it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which somehow would sprinkle the zooks as I flew, and gum up that upside-down butter they chew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle us zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." Van Itch had a sputter exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue gooer is working just fine. And I'm here to say that if ukes can goo zooks, you'd better forget it, 'cause zooks can goo ukes." I flew right back home, and as you may have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed. And I saw, just as soon as I stepped back on land, so were all of the girls of the Butter-Up Band. The chief drum, Majorette, Miss Yuki Ann Sue, said, "That was a pretty sour flight that you..." Oh, wait. Said, "That was a pretty sour flight that you flew, and the chief Yukaroo has been looking for you." I raced to his office. The place was a sight. "Have no fears," said the chief. "Everything is all right. My bright backroom boys have been brighter than bright. They've thought up a gadget that's newer than new. It is filled with mysterious moo-lack-a-moo, and can blow all those zooks clear to Salamagoo. They've invented the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo. You just run to the wall like a nice little man. Drop this bomb on the zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all ukes to stay safe underground while the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo is around." As I raced for the wall with the bomb in my hand. This is a disturbing book, not like I remember. I noticed that every last uke in our land was obeying our Chief Yukaroo's grim command. They were all bravely marching with banners aflutter down a hole for their country and right side up butter. That's when Grandfather found me. Oh, back from the perspective of the kid now. He grabbed me. He said, "You should be down that hole, but you're up here instead. And perhaps this is all for the better somehow. You will see me make history right here and right now." Grandpa leapt up that wall with a lopulous leap, and he cleared his hoarse throat with a bopulous beat. He screamed, "Here's the end of that terrible town, full of zooks who eat bread with the butter side down." And at that very instant, we heard a clop-clop of feet on the wall, and old Van Itch clucked up. The boys in his back room had made him one too. In his fist was another big boy boomeroo. "I'll blow you," he yelled, "into pork and wee beans. I'll butter side up you to small smithereens." "Grandpa," I shouted, "be careful. Oh gee, who's going to drop it? Will you or will he?" "Be patient," said Grandpa. "We'll see. We will see." The end. Wow, it's definitely a much darker book than I remember. I always was just entertained by the different devices that they had. And kind of surprisingly, kind of deep too. There's a bit more meaning to it than I remember as a kid. That's interesting. What did I think of the book? I mean, this isn't really a book review channel, but I just read it, so I might as well give my opinion. I thought it was a good book. I enjoyed it. It's a solid read. I would highly recommend it to everyone out there. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining, pretty interesting. It's always interesting to see where Dr. Seuss's some of the stuff that he comes up with. It's always fun, and I appreciate the amount of imagination that went into these books. Anyway, that's all for me today. I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully, I'll see you next time. If you liked the video, if you liked seeing me read children's books, smash like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment if there's another book that you want me to read, or if there's something else that you want me to do. Like I said, I'm kind of just throwing around ideas for this channel right now. I don't really know what it is at this point, and I would appreciate any feedback or any input on stuff that people want to see on the channel. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time.